So in this video, I'm about to show you how I generated Temi Lowery over 25k in monthly reoccurring revenue in just 3 months. I'm going to give you two tips that on how I generated 25k, how I added 25k to his revenue, and how you watching this video, a business owner right now, can do the same moving forward with 2 action steps at the end of each sort of tip. So let's get straight into it. First things first, right? The first major thing, or one of the first major things out of a whole load of major things that I really did when working with Temi, working on his sales pages, from outreach, we tracked every single message that we were sending. So every single message that I was sending, the setters were sending, I tracked every single message and put it on the CRM, a pro CRM, which is right here, and it's what I'm going to go into at the end of this, okay? So through outreaching every day, making sure we hit volume, 40 to 50 to 60 messages a day. Through outreach, we were able, after tracking every single message, tracking the replies, tracking what parts of different conversations that we'd get to. So for instance, from a lead to, a positive response, to a qualified response, to a VSL, Calendly sent, etc. Tracking, the messages we were sending and the conversations we were having, we were able to make improvements where they were needed to be made. And we were able to do this by literally just tracking and filling it out on the CRM. We were able to go on the CRM and think, okay, so we've sent this amount of messages using this opening line, and we've got how many positive responses? We've got about 20 out of 100 messages. With that key piece of information, with that information right there that we've got from tracking, okay, we were able to see, should we change the message a bit? Can we add anything to the message? Can we take anything off of the message to improve that reply rate? What improvements can we make to this message, to the conversations that we're having, to ensure that we can get more messages from lead to positive response, okay? And the same was with Calendly sent to calls booked. We were able to look on the CRM, we were able to see how many Calendly links we sent, because like I said, at the end of every single day, we track the messages, we track the conversations we had, and we put them in the CRM. We were able to look at the Calendly sent, see how many Calendly links were sent, and how many calls actually booked. And we were able to see, okay, what do we need to change to get this rate higher? What do we need to change to double, to triple the amount of calls that we're booking that can lead to the amount of calls that are closing? Does that make sense? We were able to see, okay, so we've sent 15 Calendly links this week, and let's say 7 of them have booked. Now, 7 out of 15 is still a decent number, but we're savages. We want to do better, right? So we're able to we're able to go and review the conversation, see, okay, what can we change about this to increase that sort of response rate? What can we change about this to increase that booked rate? Is it the way that we're positioning the call? Is it the way that we're offering the call? Is it the language we're using? Is it, we were able to look at the conversation and see, okay, have we dived deeper enough into the pain points of a business? Have we made them really want to get on this call yet? We're able to look at specific key parts, specific metrics of a business and see what can be fixed to overall generate higher and larger sums of revenue at the end of each month, at the end of each week, okay? And that was all through CRM, outreach, and tracking. So that's step number 1 on how I added 25k to Temi Lowery's revenue in 3 months. Secondly, one thing you'll notice, right, is both of these steps, the CRM is a key tool, a key part in the way, a key influence in the way that I was able to add this revenue to Temi Lowery's business. The pro CRM, the CRM that we use, that Temi uses, is a key tool, right? It's a massive thing, and it's something that helped both of us massively, okay? But step number 2 is use of our pro CRM. Daily updates, so like I said previously before, the same things apply. Daily updates to the CRM and then enabling follow-ups for later dates. If we go on the CRM again, we can see long-term follow-ups, okay? And the beauty about enabling follow-ups for later dates is that a lead doesn't have to buy now. They just have to be able to buy in the future. That's something I learned very early in my sales journey. It's something I learned from various mentors. And it was that we don't need them to buy now. We just need them to buy eventually, because it's better for you to not have a lead that buys now, for them to buy eventually, than for you to try and rush the lead, for you to try and push a sale that can't be made, and then you lose out on that business completely, right? You tell me what you think's better, enabling a sale for a later date, or trying to rush a sale, it falling through, and you being left with nothing. I think the first option, right? So by enabling follow-ups for later dates, we were able to use the CRM to get in touch with leads who may not have been ready to buy a month ago, 2 months ago, for whatever reason. We were able to track them in the CRM, and then as the appointment setters, we were able to use the appointment setters to follow back up on these leads on the follow-up dates. As you can see here, there's follow-up dates right here. We were able to use the follow-up date, use the CRM, and follow back out to them. And the sheer amount of calls that we were able to book and close through simply doing this was insane. What you find is that leads and prospects, they respect when a business is ready to, miss out on a bit of business. They accept when a business is not pushy, when a business accepts that, okay, this lead may not be in a position to buy for whatever reason. They respect that a lot, and that when you reach out to them on a later date, they're going to be they're going to be a whole lot warmer to you, and they're going to want to buy your service purely down to the fact of how you treated them initially and how they felt respected in that sales call, okay? So they respect when you're not pushy, when you're able to, okay, we're going to give this lead up for now, but, in the future, we're going to put them in the CRM and we're going to follow up with them later. They respect that a lot. And the amount of business that you'll be able to make by simply adding this one tweak, enabling more use of follow-ups, is going to be insane. And that's something that you should definitely do if you want to get similar results like this for your business. These are literally just 2 very small but compounding changes out of a whole ton, out of loads, that I made when running sales for Temi on his personal account, with literally just 2.8k followers, almost 3k. And for any business owner watching this right now, you can easily get started. You can easily start your sales team, implement this to your sales team, and do the exact same thing. Tons of business owners right now are currently in a position where they have systems, they've got their content, and they've got their brand built up. However, they're just unsure on how they can really leverage that with the correct tools and management to scale them up to that multiple 10, 20k MRR revenue mark, right? They've got all the tools there. However, they're just unsure on how they can really utilize this to get the most out of this and get the most profits out of this. Or some other business owners are in a position where they have a brilliant offer. They're just yet to build the necessary systems to leverage these things, to leverage things like CTAs, VSLs, personal brands, free communities. There's tons more to go into, etc. Okay, to really get the most out of their offer. So they've got their business, they've got their offer. They're just not leveraging the right tools. They don't know how to build these tools. They've heard about them online. It sounds very confusing. I know it sounded very confusing to me before I started sales. It sounds very confusing, and they're not sure what to do. They're not sure how to get started, right? However, with little tweaks and changes, like the ones I just mentioned up here, the 2 things, concerning the CRM, the tracking, and making the improvements where they need to be made in the sales process, as well as the actual use of a pro CRM and enabling follow-up dates, little tweaks like this, little changes, can make a business owner's life a whole lot less stressful and a whole lot more profitable, okay? If you want more help with this, okay, if you like the idea of this, if you like the idea of having your sales managed for you, if you like the idea of utilizing all of these things I just mentioned here, from VSLs, CTAs, etc. If you don't have these, if you want these to be built for you, or if you've got these, you just don't know how to optimize them, you don't know how to put them into use, reach out to me. let's book a call and we can see if I can actually help you, if this would make sense. But I made this free value. I made this quick video to show you 2 things that I did that you can move on straight away, that you can do right now after watching this video. And I hope you found that useful. Like I said, if you want to learn more about this, if this is something that you might be interested, as well as other things in adding into your business, definitely reach out and I'll catch you soon. Take care.